Hey guys, it's John Moore here with the DLLS Rangers minor league recap, and this is a recap of the week. Today is Monday the 7th. I'm going to do I'm at the home studio. It's actually Saturday night, but this is coming out on April 7th because all the minor league teams are off on Monday, so they won't be playing tomorrow. But let's kind of recap the week. We're going to start out at AAA Round Rock. The Round Rock Express went 5-4 this week. They started out in Tacoma, where they opened up on March the 28th, and in Tacoma, they came back and hosted Toledo. The rest of the week ended up going 5-1 against Toledo. So they're the one team that has played more than the 3-day weekend series that the rest of the minor leagues have done. Let's talk about the players that did. We're kind of do players of the week. Normally do player of the day when we get more of these daily, but since we got everyone open this weekend and I was gone, we're going to do players of the weekend and players of the week. So we'll start out in AAA with what we had, and obviously the player of the week was Blaine Crim. Blaine hit 459 for the week, all of the week, all the way back to March 1st. He's got one home run. He's got a 1.254 OPS. He's got 5 doubles and 1 triple. Blaine has continued to hit at every level, and here he starts out in the AAA for the week, and this is what he puts up. Another guy we got to give some kudos to. Now Blaine's obviously your player of the week, but another guy had a great week, and that was Cody Freeman. Cody hit a couple of home runs this week, both of them in one game, actually, but he hit 290 his first year in AAA. This is a guy that's just progressed up. He's been on a couple times with Jeff and I. He's got an 849 OPS and 2 home runs. Starting out, he's been playing a lot of third base up there. He started out as a catcher. Kind of 2 pitchers I'm going to give pitchers of the week, just 2 of them. There was a couple of guys, I kept calling him Caleb Bushley, but it's Caleb Bosley, who came up, and him and Buchanan, a couple of minor leagues invites that have started out at AAA have both had decent weeks, low ERAs, really giving them some innings. But there's 2 guys that we're going to name as pitchers of the week. First one, the one everyone knows, is Emilio Teodo. Teodo had 5 innings pitched this week, 7 Ks and a 0.0 ERA. So he's one of them. Now he's the guy. Now remember, Teodo is a starter normally, but Bruce Bochy's got him coming out of the bullpen in the minor leagues, but he's not going an inning. He's going multiple innings. So they see him coming out of the bullpen when he gets to the big leagues, and he will get to the big leagues this year, unless, knock on wood, something bad happens. He will be in the big leagues, but they're looking at multiple innings and keeping him stretched out because he could become a starter. Another guy who has been in the big leagues, but started this year in the minor leagues for the simple reason that he wasn't quite built up. He started a little late in spring training, is our buddy Jacob Latz, who's pitched 4 innings. He's got 7 Ks and a 0.0 ERA. Now, we're going to have highlights for every team as we get along. This year, I put together a little highlight, just kind of the week of the ones I could put together. Really, there's only one set of highlights that have come out from Frisco, but this one's from AAA. And we're going to have fun with this one right here, and we'll just kind of recap a couple of good things that happened this week. Justin Foscue hit the first home run of the season for all of the Express, and that was back when they were up in when he hit the first home run for the entire team. Now, he's been playing some first base. Look here, double play. Jumps up there, snags it. Now, that's interesting because he came up an infielder, but he's playing some double plays there. Let's also get one of Cody Freeman and one of his home runs right here that he hit. Now, he hit 2 in one game, but here he, we like Cody. He hit 2 this game, actually, but he's a great way to start out AAA, hit a home run doing there. Now, one of the great things that Round Rock did this week, they had a couple of walk-offs. Tucker Bernhardt hit a walk-off home run. He's the catcher that they brought in on a minor league deal. He hits one of the walk-offs that the Round Rock had this week in town. And then, of course, Blaine Crim, our buddy, is the one that had the last walk-off home run, and we'll obviously show that one real quick. That was the walk-off the other night, his only home run of the season. He hits a walk-off. A great way for for Round Rock to end a couple of games with a couple of walk-off home runs. Blaine's our buddy. He's been on a few times. I think this year he will get back to the big leagues. I'm really pulling for Blaine. And that's kind of the week. We'll try to do dailies this week too. We'll remove them out of there. That's a great way. Next, we are going to go to Frisco. Frisco Rough Riders went 2-1 as they hosted the Corpus Christi Hooks, who are the AA affiliate for the Houston Astros. Really, there's a couple of offensive guys just for the series that you could go with. The one guy that had the big series over the weekend, and we'll give him a little love, is Josh Hatcher. Josh Hatcher hit 625 with a 1.250 OPS. He had 8 at-bats, and he had 5 hits. That's pretty big. I mean, he came on with us last year. Hatcher playing right field now, playing up there. You keep hitting like that, you may see AAA pretty quick. He was a college guy and doing pretty well. Number 1 prospect in the organization, Sebastian Walcott. Hey, this is a 19-year-old kid playing at AA. His first 3 games, he's hitting .333 with an .885 OPS. He had 12 at-bats and 4 hits. His first hit was a double. We'll show you in a minute in the highlights going on there. Sebastian doing a good job. And, of course, look, there were a couple of guys in pitching that you could look at. Winston Santos had a pretty good outing, 6 strikeouts in 2 2/3 innings. We'll show you his stats in just a second, or at least show you those strikeouts. But I'm going to go with Robbie Ostrom. Ostrom pitched 2 innings with 4 Ks, 1 base on ball, and 0.0 ERA. Robbie was in big league camp this year, and he's really showing himself at AAA. Now let's go to the highlights. This is really only from opening night. This is the highlights they got. We just got a few good highlights to show here, and we'll do that, and then we'll head down to Hub City. Winston Santos struck out 6 batters, and this is he had that fastball going. This is one of the top pitching prospects in there. Let's see every one of these 6 Ks. I mean, you see movement there on the slider, strikeout up. Now, these are AA hitters. These are the guys that get a little more mature here. Does it with both the off-speed pitch, does it with the fastball. Paint right there. He fooled him there. But good opening night for him. Let's go into we can also look at Sebastian Walcott. Here's his first hit in Frisco. Now, it's a bloop double there, but these are the only highlights we've gotten from Frisco so far. Slid into second, get a double there for Sebastian. Good job by him there, and good to see him hitting .333 up in there. Alejandro Ozuna, watch this catch. Now, this is the guy that was the showcase of spring. Look at him. Go back there and get that. He was the best hitter in all of spring training and big league camp. Made a great catch there, and here's his first hit of the season. Opening night, he hit that single up the middle there. Good job for Ozuna. Frisco, 2-1, did good that well. Now we go to High A. And High A, we're going to go to the Hub City Spartanburgers as they opened their new stadium and played their first series. Actually, they didn't open the stadium there. I think they played away, but here's the Hub City Spartanburgers. The Hub City Spartanburgers. They opened this weekend in Aberdeen. They have not opened their new stadium yet. They played in Aberdeen. In fact, they don't open it till April 15th. They're off today. They're heading to Wilmington, where they're going to be playing Wilmington all week long. If you don't know how minor league schedules work, they've changed it up, but now Mondays are the off days for every minor league team. It's the travel day, and you go to a city now to cut back on expenses. They go to a city Tuesday through Sunday. They stay and play 6 games at the place they're going. Hub City's a brand new stadium, a brand new team, a brand new affiliate of the Texas Rangers. They opened their homestand against Bowling Green on April the 15th. But they played their first 3 games in Aberdeen, where they went 2-1. They won on Friday night 4-3. They lost Saturday 1-3, and they ended up winning today or yesterday 7-5. A couple of guys that stood out. There's a few players there. Daniel Cueva, who's there right now. He's hitting .429 in 3 games. He's got an .858 OPS. This is a young season going into this young Venezuelan kid. He's in his 20s, but off to a good start. I mean, that's a good little weekend going there. Another name to watch who is there. He was the second-round pick last year, and that was Dylan Dreiling out of the University of Tennessee. He was the second-round pick. He's hitting 333 for the weekend with a 733 OPS. A lot of different pitchers got in. Few of them were, David Dallaglio started one game. He's got a 0.0 ERA. I went with Gonzaga, who's pitched the most right now. He's got 3.2 innings pitched. He's got 6 strikeouts, 2.45 ERA. It's Paul Bonzagni. I hope I'm saying that right. Who's got the 3.2 innings pitched, 6 Ks, 2.445 ERA. He was a 12th round pick? I think he was. Bonzini was a 12th round pick out of Southern Illinois. He started a couple games this year. So, not bad. There's no highlights to go for minor league. They're on the road this week with Wilmington. We're going to try to do daily updates. We won't have anything tomorrow because no teams played today. We'll start back on Wednesday and get daily games. But now let's go down to low A and the Hickory Crawdads. The Hickory Crawdads are 2-1 after winning 2 in Kannapolis. That's where they opened the season Friday night. They won Friday night 7-4. They won Saturday 6-5 and ended up losing yesterday 5-7. They are off today. They head out, or actually they're going home, and they're hosting their first home series against Augusta. They'll be there all week long. Augusta will be in town. 2-1. There's a couple of guys to watch and a couple of guys, names but there's a new guy that I don't know yet. I did see him when we were there. I saw him on the backfields. Don't know a lot about him, but I've heard some good things about him. His name, and I hope I get this right, his name is Rafe, Perich. I hope it's Parrish. I don't know what it is. Rafi Parrish. He's a big boy, 6'3". He's out of Lehigh College. He was a 7th round pick. Look at this guy. He's hitting 387 with a 1.257 OPS already. He's hit 2 home runs. Big blonde-headed kid. You can see I'm wondering who he was walking around those backfields, but he is off to a hot start right now. A 7th round pick last year out of Lehigh College. Watch this name. And I will look phonetically. I'll find out how to say his name. I just don't know how to say his name. But this is a big boy. And when you start out that way, that's the name we're going to watch because he's playing third base. I've heard he plays to the outfield also. But that's someone to watch. Another guy came over in a trade this winter, and that was Mason Molina. Mason's started this year, or he started a game, went 4 innings. He had 8 Ks. He had 1 base on ball. He does have a 4.50 ERA. He came over in the Grant Anderson trade. I think that was a 40-man move that the Rangers made during the offseason in January. They traded him to the Brewers and got Mason Molina back. He was a 4th round pick, Molina was a 7th round pick also for the Brewers last year in 24. He was a 4th round pick. But he was traded over this offseason to the Rangers and had his first start, went 4 innings. Not bad for him starting out in low A. Now, here's the name to watch. Now, this was a guy that everyone remembers, Brock Porter. Brock Porter struggled last year. He was the Gatorade Pitcher of the Year in 23. He came out of Orchard Hills, Michigan, I believe. He was a 4th round pick in that year. They took Kumar Rocker in the 1st round, and they didn't have a 2nd and 3rd round pick. They signed Kumar under slot. Porter came in and did pretty well. Last year, he really struggled. Now, he's coming out of the bullpen so far. Look, he's pitched 2 innings. He has 3 Ks and 3 strikeouts. I'm sorry, guys, that's 1 inning pitch. I can't believe that says 3 inning pitch. He's pitched 1 inning. He's got 3 Ks, struck out the side, no walks, which was an issue he had last year. That's misread up there, so don't pay attention to that. He's had 1 inning pitched, 3 Ks, 0 base on balls, 0.0 ERA. I don't know if he's going to end up coming out of the bullpen. I don't know what they're going to do with him this year, but 3 strikeouts in your first appearance in low A. He's back in low A this year, coming out of the bullpen, striking out the side with no walks. This is a guy that was throwing 100 miles an hour coming out of high school. And, he wasn't injured last year. He just got funky. Something went off on him, and he really just got funky last year. Good start for Brock Porter. Good start for Hickory. Good start for Hub City, good start for Frisco, and a good start for the Round Rock Express. Every team has got a winning record right now after this first weekend and first week of AAA play. There's going to be some weeklies coming up this week. That's the minor league recap right there. That's the end of it. We'll be back Wednesday after the Tuesday night games. Until then, guys, we will see you at the yard.